Welcome back, everybody, to English Mastery Hub, and this is Study English with me. I am Karen, and you are in Karen's Corner. Remember our motivational quote, which was from Albert Einstein, who said, "The person who has never made a mistake has never tried anything new." That is why it is quite acceptable for you to make mistakes when learning English, because we know this is something new for you. So do not be afraid of trying something new. Today, on our episode Study English with Me, we are going to look at another blog. The blogs are found on the right-hand side of the home page, and our blog for today is called The Science of Making Decisions. Here we see the phrase, the science of decision making, how to make better choices. This blog is at a B2 level, so a little bit more challenging than we have had before, but I expect you to work along with me. And as per usual, if there are any words that you are not familiar with, you will look these up with your glossary, find the meaning, add them to your own glossary, and make them a familiar part of your everyday language. For reading the blog, we are going to practice using the technique known as shadowing. I want you to read along silently, mouthing the words so that you learn the correct pronunciation. And please watch till the end of the video. Like, share, and subscribe, and drop any comments you may have below the video or questions. I will answer them in future blogs. Let's get started on our blog for today. The Science of Decision Making. How to make better choices. Every day we make countless decisions, some small, like what to eat for breakfast, and others life-changing, like choosing a career path or a life partner. These are life-changing decisions. Ask anyone who has made a mistake. But what guides these choices? The science of decision making helps us understand the mental processes behind our actions and how we can improve them. At the heart of decision making is the brain. Our brains use both logic and emotion when making decisions. The prefrontal cortex area is responsible for planning and analyzing, while the limbic system handles emotions and rewards. When these parts work well together, we make balanced and well-considered choices. However, decisions are not always rational. Cognitive biases, like the confirmation bias, favoring information that supports our existing beliefs, often affect how we think. These mental shortcuts can be helpful, but they may also lead to poor decisions if we are not aware of them. So, how can we make better decisions? We have 5 points to look at. Number 1, slow down the process. Rushed decisions are often influenced by emotions or stress. Take time to gather information and reflect on your options before making the decision. Number 2, consider long-term effects. A good decision today might not be the best for the future. Think ahead and imagine the possible outcomes of your choice. 3. Use a decision-making method. One popular technique is the pros and cons list. This means writing down things can help you organize your thoughts and make the process clearer. Number 4, challenging your assumptions. Ask yourself if you are basing your decision on facts or on feelings. It is useful to seek a different perspective or advice from others. Number 5, practice mindfulness. Being more aware of your thoughts can help you stay focused and calm when making decisions. Decision making is also a skill that improves with experience. The more we learn from past choices, the more confident and accurate we become. Even mistakes offer valuable lessons that shape future actions. In today's fast-paced world, we often face information overload. To avoid mental fatigue, limit your options when possible. Too many choices can lead to confusion and dissatisfaction, a phenomenon known as decision paralysis. Ultimately, becoming a better decision maker involves both understanding how your mind works and using practical strategies to guide your thinking. With practice, patience, and self-awareness, anyone can improve this essential life skill. Go through the passage again on your own. Highlight words that you do not know the meaning of, such as cognitive, and then you will get a meaning. At the moment, I have this set to Netherlands, but you can set this to translate it into any language that is your home language, and this will give you a definition of the word cognitive. Now, cognitive we can add into our own glossary, and it is an adjective relating to part of mental functions that deal with logic, as opposed to being affected by those which deal with emotions. And so we can add this to our own glossary. Your glossary is found on the control panel, and your glossary gives you a daily vocabulary tracker with different graphs showing words you've just learnt, words you're confident with, and words that you use daily. I advise you to make use of the glossary. This is an excellent way of improving your fluency in English, and I'm using it myself. Going back to our blog, we can, as I say, add words to the glossary, and then we can go on to the grammar notes. The grammar in today's lesson is modal verbs like should, can, and might, and these are often used to give advice or suggest possibilities. So if we want to know more about the grammar, we go under courses and we open the English grammar book. And if you go to page 2 of the grammar book, you will see that on slide 32, we start with modal verbs. So typing 32 into the window, push enter, and it will open slide 32. And we are going to change this into presentation mode so that it is more visible for you. And here we see modal verbs. Modal verbs, the most common ones are can, for, ability in the present tense, or permission. Remember when you were small and you would ask your parents, can I go out and play? You were asking for permission. So there is a positive, a negative, and a question form, and could for the past tense, expressing past ability and requests. If you page on further in the grammar book, you will see there's a conversation and a short story using those modal verbs. And then you can get may and might, which are very similar to can and could. May is used as a more formal request for permission. If you wanted to ask your boss if you could leave early, you would say, may I leave early today? Which indicates permission in a formal sense. And as you page further, you will again get a conversation and a short story. So this is our grammar book. Familiarize yourself with it. And if there's any grammar that you're not sure of, I suggest that you log into English Mastery website and book lessons with one of our experienced tutors. Now we're going to go on and look at the 5 questions based on the article. Question number 1 is, which part of the brain is responsible for planning and analyzing? Now, thank you for watching this far. This is very important when you are in an exam with a written text and you have to answer questions. You look for keywords. So our keywords here are planning and analyzing. So when we go back to the text, we don't have to read the whole text through. We use the technique called skimming, and we quickly run our eyes over the lines, going along like this until we find planning and analyzing. And here we see planning and analyzing, and the area of the brain which is involved in planning and analyzing is known as the prefrontal cortex. So our answer to question number 1 is the prefrontal cortex is the area responsible for planning and analyzing. Question number 2, what do we mean by confirmation bias? So in this case, our keywords are confirmation bias. Again, go back to your passage and scan along until you see the words confirmation bias. And what is meant by confirmation bias? It tells you here in the bracket. Confirmation bias means favoring information that supports our existing beliefs. So that is the answer to question number 2. I hope you're answering on your own, and then you can see if your answers agree with mine. Question number 3. Why is it helpful to write a list of pros and cons? Pros and cons are our keywords. If you do not know what pros and cons mean, those are just another set of words meaning the advantages and disadvantages of something, something that is a positive and something that is a negative. So the benefit of writing down a list like this can help you organize your thoughts and make the process clearer. So that is the answer to question number 3. A list helps you organize your thoughts and make your decision process clearer. How can mindfulness improve your decision making? Question number 4. Mindfulness is our key word. So we see here number 5, practicing mindfulness. How can that help you with decision making? Because it makes you more aware of your thoughts, helps you stay focused and calm. And this is important when making decisions. We don't want decisions based on our emotions. And the final question, what is decision paralysis? Your keywords there are decision paralysis. So we're going to scan until we find those in the second last paragraph, decision paralysis. And this is when too many choices bombard our brain and we reach a state where we just don't know what to do, so we do nothing. And that is a phenomenon known as decision paralysis. I'm sure all of you have felt like that at some stage or other. Like an animal caught in the headlights of a car, they freeze, they don't know what to do. That is decision paralysis, and it's not a situation that we want to find ourselves in. So I've answered all the questions. Remember, please drop comments below the video. Any questions, I'll be only too happy to answer them. Thank you for joining me today. I hope you benefited from this course, and I hope to see you in the next video podcast. Bye bye for now.